in the Rockumentary where you had mentioned, I'm not sure if it was you or a friend of yours, had the first Trivial Pursuit game, and you said, "And here we're playing
Yep.
this game, and most of the answers are sitting in my living room."
Yeah, that's right. Those are the questions are sitting on our couch. That's exactly right.
That's
Bob
amazing.
Dylan, Warren Beatty, you name it, man. The Aussie. It was incredible. Friday nights we used to play Trivia Pursuit with Eddie Begley and a bunch of people, and those people, were extremely famous. So and we just had a little house. In fact, that house that we lived in Santa Monica, me and Miss Pamela, our kid Nick, was Don's house before he got Vice. When he got Miami Vice, after 11 pilots that were not picked up, by the way, he got Vice, he went to Miami, and we took the house. And that house became, so when he was on, in between seasons, he would, come back to his house, and there would be Bob Dylan in the kitchen. So it was pretty amazing, man. Those nights. That was just like a year of like, what is happening? This is so fun. I mean, it was really remarkable. And yeah, literally the questions of the game were usually sitting in the room, the answers.
That's really cool. I often say to people, when I look at a lot of vintage stuff nowadays, I'm like, why would I want to go out and spend a whole bunch of money for things that I can find in my parents' garage? Like, of all my stuff that's just still sitting around.
Yeah. Well, right now we're, these are trying times because when we can't go anywhere. The quarantine is, as Michelle Obama said the other day, it's giving her low-grade depression. I think she described it.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not that person. I don't get depressed about this. I'm working very hard on various different things, and I haven't been out of the house really since March.
I've been around that same thing. It's nice to have a studio close to, adjacent to my house, and it's beautiful for me, I guess, because I get to talk to wonderful people such as you and Sherry, and life continues for me, Norm, and I don't really need to be away. But with people that are in quarantine, it's really interesting to see the large amount of streams that are happening on the Netflix and Amazon, and it's a perfect time for people who haven't seen your Rockumentary to jump onto Amazon Prime and check out your movie, because it's going to be amazing. It's good to know that it is on Google Play, so now I can go and fully check it out myself. Sherry was very lucky to have that chance to see it before me now.
Well, it's so nice to speak to you both, and thank you so much for allowing me to do your show and speak with you, Sherry and Anthony. And have the most beautiful day, and make it so. I would think would be the best thing that I could say.
You as well, Michael. Before you do go, I was just curious. Do you have? I know there's some charities and stuff that you're working on. Would you like to try to pitch those and maybe bring some light to some of our listeners?
Yes, of course. Unite the Poor. All of the proceeds of Anarchy in the UK went to Unite the Poor, which is a fantastic. If you guys hashtag Unite the Poor, you'll find that this is a humanistic charity, which is not faith-based or anything like it. It's about humanity. It's about feeding the unemployment is creating even more poverty. You're going to see even more tent cities, out there with people with nowhere to live because their rents are not being paid by the government. Mm-hmm. And, this is the beginning of a really, really difficult time for America. Yes. And Unite the Poor is a very, very important charity run by a Reverend, and it's very important. There are many other things that I support. Street Hearts we created, which is the young homeless people, Street Hearts, we call it. And okay. Right before the quarantine and COVID, we had a huge concert set up with names that I can't tell you because when we can do it, it'll blow your mind to raise money for those kids in those tents. Money and awareness, in the tradition of Live Aid, which was a pretty interesting day. So that all of that is very important. What else am I involved in? Well, teachrock.org is a fantastic place where you can actually get musicians. What it is getting instruments into schools. Teachrock.org.
Wonderful.
Little Kids Rock. Little Kids Rock is getting instruments. Teachrock.org if you go to the website, if any of you guys out there are teachers, Steve Van Zandt, who is my mentor in many, many ways, has this organization that teaches teachers how to teach music. So if you're dealing with Sam Cooke, for instance, or Otis Redding or whatever, you can then talk about civil rights. So the history of music becomes politicized. It's a fantastic website.
Wonderful.
It's called teachrock.org, and Little Kids Rock is the ability for you guys to get instruments into schools, because with our president, who has denied and negated all of that, art,
yes,
not interested in art.
And
but
very,
we won't go there.
And well, it's very important nowadays, because with the way governments have been, a lot of the cutbacks they're doing, these are the things that do get cut back, and encouraging the arts in the younger children and younger generations is still very, very important. It's something that just cannot go away.
Well, it's been proved that if the kids learn music, they're more intelligent and therefore can learn more science.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it is a fact that if you have music in your soul, you are smarter, period. That is a scientific fact, because you're learning and you're expressing yourself, and it's music.
Yes.
And music is a wave, is a feeling that enables you to be able to learn more, deeper.
Yeah.
There's
and
an
healthier.
Emotionality to learning. It's not just numbers.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Anyway, I gotta go, you guys.
Yes.
I gotta go. I got a Zoom away. You
Of
can
course.
imagine what my life is like right now. But it's delightful to meet you, Sherry. God bless you. You're beautiful. Anthony, smart, great. I've had a great time. I hope you have had too.
Thank you very much. We have really enjoyed you being on the show. For all our listeners out there who are on the road, we'll make sure that we put Michael up on our guest page on our website, as well as the charities that he can support in case you want to get involved. Again, thank you very much, Michael. We'd love to have you back at some point to circle back around and see how things are.
It'd be my pleasure, Anthony and Sherry, of course, absolutely.
Thank you. Have a wonderful evening.
You too.
Take care. Bye.
So this is a good time for us to pitch our social media. You could get us on our website,
thefap.ca,
on Twitter.
is the Fap4,
You can get us on Instagram.
is the Fap Podcast,
Don't forget our Facebook.
the Freaking Awesome Podcast,
And you can always reach out via email.
the Fap Podcast at gmail.com.
I'm on the air, we got this podcast.
Not again.
Wicked sweet.